Good to talk to you.
Hey, Brian.
Oh, we're live.
Live.
Yay, doggies.
Yeah. You got to stop me before I click the button.
Oh, okay. I'm going to run and get some tea. I'll be right back.
Okay, don't hurt yourself.
I'll try not to go rolling down the stairs.
Yeah, so we're live. Everybody, welcome to Indie Comics Interviews. Today, we have a very special couple of guests. We have Peter Gilmore and Wyatt Holliday, and they're going to talk about Rocket Gal. Gentlemen, say hello to the audience.
Hello.
No harmony? I was looking for the harmony.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I'm all like hopped up on coffee and stuff.
Excellent. All right, so let's give this a good start. So right now, everybody who's watching has probably heard of the book, but everybody who will see this at the beginning of the chat at the beginning of the video will unlikely not know every detail about this book. So one of you choose amongst yourselves to give me the quick rundown. What is the all the behinds? What is the Rocket Gal about?
Do it, Wyatt.
Doing it. Rocket Gal, it really all began as Peter and I, we met and we started having conversations, and we found out, there were a lot of things that we had, a lot of things that we liked in common. Classic sci-fi B movies, the old Saturday matinee movie serials, things like that, even though that was before my time. But
and before mine.
Okay, well, I was just making sure, man. So I didn't know how it was in England. So and then it just kind of developed from there. It just snowballed, and we started bouncing ideas, and Peter had some old sketches that he had worked up that are somewhat similar to Rocket Gal as she appears now, and we just kind of combined all our ideas, and it's a little bit Flash Gordon, a little Barbarella, whole lot of sci-fi B movie. I guess kind of a little bit of Jetsons if you look at some of it, some of the architecture and things like that. It's just going to be all around fun, kind of tongue-in-cheek, just adventure story where Rocket Gal is sent to Mars to find out what happened to some missing scientists who were doing some exploration there. And hey, Mandy. And some scientists have gone missing on Mars, and she and her trusty dog Booster. He accompanies her on her adventures, and they do have a crew. She has a crew on her ship. We'll be introducing some of those, and it's up to rescue the scientists, man.
Yeah.
So obviously, I don't want you guys to give any spoilers. So you guys had some, influences in common. What is the thing that really generated? She's driving. Don't crash your car, Mandy.
No.
She's all texting while driving.
She's had enough of those lately.
Okay, so what is the actual inspiration? Like, what was you guys were having a conversation back and forth where, where did the Rocket Gal, come from? Why not another motif that was similar? So
we both kind of really dig, Barbarella.
We were talking about Barbarella and Star Crash and some of those movies.
Hot space chicks. It's hot space chicks.
Buck Rogers in the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Pete was I think Pete came to me and asked me if I was interested in working on something together. And he kind of had a list, and he was like, "Hey, I got some ideas." And some of it was, it was everything from a horror story to those things Pete likes to draw.
Yeah, there was the there was what was it? Tarzan. Oh no, Son of Tarzan versus Cthulhu. Basically, that was one of them. with Nazis in the jungle. Yeah, that was a good one.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
That could always still happen one day.
Oh god, yeah,
And Peter will probably work on it anyway. Whether
that could be a dream, and a dream sequence.
So we just started bouncing ideas, and we kept we kept going back to our classic sci-fi movie conversation, and we were like, I had an idea for kind of the structure, a little bit of the structure of a universe, and kind of the way that I would have wanted things to feel if I were working on something, by myself, and then we just started bouncing ideas back and forth, and by the time we were done, we had 2 or 3 good concepts, 2 or 3 really funny ones, and the rest is history. I guess we just kind of decided, I think this is what we need to do. So
yeah, it's got that. It's sci-fi, but it's got that retro thing. It's like science fiction, but it's the 60s or something. Do you know what I mean? 60s, 70s.
Yeah, it's like a 60s vision of the future.
Yeah, like the world of tomorrow.
The future of 1995.
Right. That's that Barbarella feel in a big fat way for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really like looking forward to it. I wish there was more images available, to like browse through at this time.
Oh, there's plenty.
Yeah. Where do you hide them all?
I
can hook you up because you can't really do much on the pre-launch page. So
no. I mean, Twitter. Following me on Twitter. There's I don't know. I've got folders full of artwork.
God.
Yeah, we should. Why don't we share some of that?
Yeah. Do you want to share your screen?
Hang on. Let me. The thing is, I save stuff as like TIFF files, and TIFF files do not share. They can, but
you can always quickly resave them as JPEGs.
I could do, couldn't I? Yeah.
And can I just say really quickly, I can't wait for this book. It looks like great retro fun. You all were talking about Barbarella. That's the immediate impression that I got. It looks like a combination of, I don't know, like an old French sci-fi comic, along with, I don't know, the blob-like creatures in the background and that one shot. Those are the what? Those are mole people.
Those are the mole men.
They have a very Alex Toth look to them, and I love that. Love it. Love it.
It definitely reminds me of like the kind of story you would get from Heavy Metal magazine, which makes it right in my like favorite wheelhouse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
But like the church, like the lady in the front row of the church choir be having, but it has a kind of like almost a little bit of a Hanna-Barbera look to it. If I might say, that's the Alex Toth thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's an interesting blending of styles. It doesn't quite look like anything that I've seen before.
What have we got there?
Oh,
there you go. Bit of some of the crew there.
The Hanna-Barbera stuff. This guy looks like very, very Monopoly man. Very. I love it. He's like.
Everyone always says.
I like to call him Captain Crunch.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. But yeah, very, very cool looking character designs. I mean, I love the robot especially. I mean, what happens if you just go up to him and start pushing buttons? I always wondered that about Darth Vader too. You know how he's got those buttons on his chest? Like, what happens if you just went up to Vader and started pushing them?
I always wondered that.
Me too.
And why has he got buttons there? Why? Who's using them?
But also, what's great about that robot is if you look at the inside of his head, it looks like the robot from Lost in Space.
Yeah, yeah.
And then on his chest, it looks like one of those old computer like tape reels.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's and the arms are totally Robbie the robot.
Robbie the robot. Yeah. I do that. I do that a lot. All the things that have stuck in my head over the years, I come to create a character and like, well, I want it to look like this and this and this. Screw it. Let's just take all those parts and put them together.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's a great mashup.
No, it definitely has that retro feel from a combination of of what would be my childhood and even prior to when I was prior to my birth. So that's means old as shit.
yeah. The rocket ship is very Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon inspired, of course.
Well, that's what a rocket ship looks like.
Well, yeah, that's what a rocket ship should look like. Yeah, exactly.
And the ray guns too. The ray guns have a very retro look to them. Taint. Nice taint shot there.
Oh, are we on is this my screen or your screen?
Yeah,
we're on your screen now.
Oh, we're on my screen now. God, I better be careful what I'm putting in here. Didn't skip past the last one. There you go. That's all right. That's more.
Skibby outfit. I'm getting triggered.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sexy looking women. Or headlights are on.
Yeah, we heard. Legend has it, Peter, that one right there is worth like what $1.something million. Isn't that what the guy said? 1.18 million or something. Yeah, apparently. This guy made a video where I don't know if you guys have heard of him. I'll think of his name in a minute. Sorry. Right. He made a couple of videos where he is comparing like famous, really expensive art to comic book art, and it's all Comicsgate books. And so he compares some old art that's worth millions of dollars to Peter's Mole Queen there, and he's determined. He's determined that it's worth millions. I think he said. I think he said he projects Rocket Gal to make like what $350 million. Isn't that what he said?
Hell yeah,
that would be awesome.
That'd be fantastic. I mean,
he's a funny guy, funny videos. Is it Ever Matter? Is that?
Yes,
that sounds right. Ever Matter. Yeah. I think he's I don't think he's been around very long, but he's made a couple of videos and they're pretty funny. So,
and we've got. There we go. Let's get that one off.
So her name is Tish.
Yeah, we thought we'd do that just to confuse people.
Make it hard. Yeah, make it.
Let me get
people
Tish.
Ask what the heck.
There she is with a laser wrench.
Yeah, she's kind of the ship's mechanic. She handles the maintenance and the jury rigging, things like that may need to be done along the way. She could probably serve as a backup pilot should the situation arise.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Although the ship itself is technically a character as well, but
that's true. But
that's a whole different story.
But
the ship is self-aware.
Yeah. It does have an AI.
Okay.
So I can't spoil too much, but
no, I know. Yeah.
That's why I'm not prodding. That's why I'm not prodding.
I'm terrible. I'm just like, yeah, this and this and this and this, and Wyatt's probably there thinking, shut.
No, we're good.
I'm going through Peter's timeline here of the media on his Twitter, and it's not all of it's safe for YouTube.
Yeah, that's a good point. I am being careful. I mean, you've got like,
barbed wire maiden with free the nipple campaign.
Oh, that. Oh no, yeah, that's not Rocket Gal though. That's just no. This one. This is like this is in her day job. Should we say?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, her civilian job.
Does she take dictation for a living?
Oh,
yeah, she's
cussing.
She's kind of she's kind of like an admin. But it's kind of like a secret identity as well.
Yeah, intergalactic.
Why did Rocket Gal? Yeah, what's that, Peter?
Intergalactic Space Command.
Intergalactic Space Command. That's right.
Yeah.
Why does Rocket Gal need a secret identity? Just because we want her to have one.
Yeah.
So
Because
we thought it'd be funny. It'd be kind of Clark Kentish. So there's more to that too, but we'll get there.
So
this is actually the most we've ever talked about this book. So yeah, we're just getting out and about. So
this is the dowdy look for Rocket Gal.
Okay. Well, let's face it. The rest of the time, she wears a necklace.
yeah, that's her frumpy cosplay. Yeah.
So let's say hi to everybody here in the chat. I see quite a few people in here. That's great. James Hayes, of course, busting out the mod links like an awesome guy. I see Dan Marshall. Let's see here. Mandy, of course, popping in while she's driving. Hopefully she's not going to kill anybody.
Hail Mandy. Hail everybody in the chat.
Yeah, we got Wilberforce Wooster and Neela Possessed, Zaid Comics. Obviously, that's probably Phil running the Zaid channel there. And then we got Ink Spots. Everybody, thank you for coming, and we are so glad you're here. Please, if you have questions, throw them out. We want to put these guys on the spot. So
we'll just make stuff up. Make stuff
and
up.
If your question's where's my Warrior book, it's probably in the mail.
Yeah,
because man, I have been making some trips to the post office. You know how it is, Drew.
I know exactly how it is.
Brian probably too, huh?
I go a few times a week now. Actually, it's one of those things that I'm happy to do as much as possible.
Absolutely. You know? Yeah, I think my favorite thing about it is turning around to see how annoyed everyone behind me is when I'm sitting there with like a stack of 50.
You see, I go
mailers on the desk.
I go at night after the post office is closed, and they've got one of those big old post office boxes.
Yeah,
you know, and with a little chute, you just go zhink. There's a handle that you pull, and I just dump in like 30 comics and chunk. So that's the problem with the person that opens it the next day.
Yeah, I do mine stamps.com, so everything's ready to ship. So all I got to do is just take the packages and put them on the counter, and just make sure that the attendant sees me putting them on the counter, and they're ready to go. So he's all like, "All right, we'll get to them, thanks." And I just walk in. So I basically just walk in, set them down, and walk out. And it's just I don't trust my post office guy to actually pick them up because he walks the route. You know what I mean? So I just drop them off, and it's like one of my favorite things to do is to take that. I'll even reward. I'll like make the trip a special thing. Hit Starbucks on the way home, so it's like
nice. It should be a happy thing. I mean, what are you doing? You're mailing comics to people. People are getting comics in the mail. I'm getting comics in the mail for the first time since I was like 13 years old. Right? It's a great feeling when you open your front door, or you check your mailbox, and there's comics in there.
Yeah, that's a pretty awesome thing. So Wyatt's delivering now this is the Space Odyssey, the Super Barbarian chick. Which is it? I can never
that's Ardana. Yeah, it's a kind of sword and sorcery fantasy type.
Yeah, but is it futuristic, or is it like Thundar the Barbarian?
No, it's more like Conan the Barbarian.
Okay, so it's kind of offset possible like history alternative.
Sure. Yeah. It's technically not Earth, but I mean, there's enough similarities,
Yeah. So that's all shipping. I got one coming to me eventually, right?
You do, yeah.
I know I backed it. Damn it! It's my book. No. Yeah.
So that's going well, man. I'm I love it. I drive driving with the car. It looked like I'm moving every time I go. It's just a back seat full of boxes. I love it.
Yeah. So how you doing on the international? All that you got all that figured out? That's working out good for you?
Yeah, working out good.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get mine. I'm just blowing you shit because I know it's going to get here. So.
Which book? Can I just ask which book are we talking about? Which is the heroic fantasy one?
It's Ardana.
Ardana.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can you drop a link for that, or
sure? Yeah, it's Ardana.com. Let me. That'll take you to the Indiegogo.
Because I'm a big Robert E. Howard guy, so
there you go. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, man. Robert E. Howard is definitely my thing. Definitely an influence. A lot of Robert E. Howard and Burroughs influence in this.
Oh,
so
there you go. That's some
right up my
Madonna.
alley. Right up my alley.
There's.
Oh, sold.
Is Ardana still in demand? I thought you closed that campaign.
Yeah, no, it closed.
What?
Closed. Geez, dude, like August.
Yeah, it was
You
a while.
mean-
It was like before I ever launched mine. Yeah.
You mean I missed out? I missed out on like some cool, like Robert E. Howard style barbarian action.
There will be another chance soon. It was it was kind of one of those first campaign blunders. I thought, well, I'll be fulfilling soon in August, and I thought, I'll just close it down, make sure because that was not too terribly long after, someone didn't order enough things to handle all their backers. I won't call any names.
Right.
But so I think that was, in my brain at the time. And like I said, first campaign, I closed it too early, so
I did the same thing with Six Gun. Now this has a real, like you mentioned, Burroughs, and we're not talking about William Burroughs here, of course. We're talking about Edgar Rice Burroughs. This has a very John Carter, Warlord of Mars look to it.
Yes,
Yeah.
very
Barsoom.
John Carter and Conan inspired for sure. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, that's you're speaking my language. I'm all over that. When you relaunch this, I'm all over it.
Okay, yeah, man, yeah, you will definitely hear about it this time. Yeah, plus, when the campaign ended, even when I started, I barely had any presence. So I think when the campaign ended, I may have had 300 Twitter followers. But I went on with John Malin twice early in the campaign. Of course, that worked out well. Get a lot of eyeballs on it that way, and then I think we did close to 6K. So
okay, that's good.
I think 5,600 maybe. So and I only ran it from June to August, so only 2 months. So.
Well, you're going to build up. You're just going to keep building up momentum. So when you relaunch this, you can expect much bigger numbers.
Oh yeah. I think so too. I was happy with the way it turned out the first time, but I have had a lot of people say, "Hey, man, I only just found out about you 5 minutes ago. What do you mean you had a book?" So we're gonna make sure that people who missed it can get it. So.
Yeah,
well,
the in-demand long game seems to be pretty essential. I mean, it's why I chose Indiegogo in the first place, and and then after that I discovered Comicsgate. So it's not like it happened the other way around.
Right.
We all learn as we go, though. Our first campaigns are always major learning experiences. So is the second one. And what's great is we're all learning from each other, and we learn from each other's successes, and we also learn from each other's mistakes. And nothing to do but go onward and upward.
Yeah, there's really no silver bullet. You can tell people what works for you, what worked for you, or what you figured out, through trial and error finally worked for you. But you really can't guarantee that, that will work for someone else. I can relay my experiences, and if someone can use some of that, great. But, I don't necessarily, don't really recommend necessarily doing what I do. So, find your own thing, find what works best for you. And that's just my advice to everyone.
Well, I mean, Comicsgate's not even that old yet. You know what I mean? We're I mean, it's the people who have huge followings and pre-existing fame, or are helped by famous people. Those people are outliers, and we can't really use them as reference in the overall strategy of what we do as creators. So I mean, what you guys have going on is pretty awesome. I mean, you guys have a good teamwork, a good friendship. You're definitely pushing the envelope as far as awesome things happening.
We try.
Look at Ink Spots is cracking me up. And Johnny Boy in the chat, who's having a couple of cocktails. Yeah, just remember, son, have 1 glass of water for every 2 beers.
Yeah, that's if you want to, like, not have a hangover the next day.
Yeah.
Right.
Be sure to eat something too.
If thanks for showing those, Peter. If I could share for just a moment, Drew. I don't want to spend too terribly long on this, but because we're here for Rocket Gal, but just since Brian was asking about it, and there may be other people in the chat who may not have known.
Yeah,
but
you're shared.
Fantastic.
Okay. What's that?
Said you're shared. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So this was some of the art. This is some of the art.
It's good.
I'm getting triggered again.
So there was an original piece by Peter Gilmore. The only Peter did this specifically for the campaign. Of course, it sold, but it was very nice.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Very nice. So we hit a few stretch goals. A map was added to the interior of the book, so there's a map of the region. Kind of like they're used, kind of like in the beginning of a Lord of the Rings, a copy of Lord of the Rings, or maybe Conan, something like that. So there's a map in there, and a bookmark, 2 stickers, and what is the other thing? Oh, a print, a 6x9 print. So
yeah.
So that was our stretch goals. We hit, those. So yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Everybody's getting that. So
yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. So that's a beautiful thing. It's funny because I actually I remember that when you still had a campaign, you were talking about closing it, and I was all like, dude, you got to come and let me interview you on my channels. I talk about your books before you ship it, because I thought you were gonna ship fairly soon.
Yeah, you and me both. Yeah. Once again, there are hurdles. I didn't like the first prints that I got, and then so I had to try someone else, and then figure that out, because I'm not going to. I'm really particular, even if it's a bookmark. I'm not going to send people a bookmark that's a piece of junk. It's got to be a bookmark that meets my standards, or it's just not going out. So
there it is.
I hated the delays, man, but I wanted the first. I think people will forgive the delay. Yes, Mandy did buy that Peter Gilmore art.
She did.
Way to go, Mandy.
And then she got the credit card taken back off her again.
But I feel like quality is most important. I think people will, forgive a couple of months delay if what they get is, 10 out of 10. So
I think that's definitely true, especially since they've already paid. You know what I mean? So
right, exactly. Yeah,
it's like they've been anticipating it. They want it, so they've paid for it. They're, I mean, it's different when you're like all, a flake, and they haven't seen you for a while or whatever, but you're regularly streaming, you're talking about your book, you're probably sending updates. I haven't seen that many, but I know I see them when you send them, because obviously I get them.
Well, none of us are going anywhere. We're here to stay. So.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to send updates when there was major news, but if I didn't really have any major news, I really didn't see the point in poking everybody every couple of days. But
reminding people the book's not there yet.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, your book's not in your mailbox, so check back later. I'll have an update tomorrow. So yeah, but it's been a great experience. And that logo is top notch.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Peter killed it.
Fantastic.
It says everything you need to know, really.
I was just about to say, it absolutely sells it. It lets you know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah, well, when you mix it with a picture, of Rocket Gal herself in the necklace,
Yeah. I've been really
boosters
careful
flying
about
around.
Yeah, I've been really careful about which pictures I share because I don't want YouTube to get in trouble.
If you wanna, hey dude, if you wanna show a couple of the first couple of pages, you can.
Well,
I don't care.
I mean, I kind of sneaked one out the other day, didn't I? I didn't mean to, but
because I don't know.
I say I didn't mean to, but okay, page 1. Ignore the text. Ignore the text. This is
ignore the text. That's just placeholder text for the moment.
It's not going to say words. Words.
Say more words. Wow, that's just excellent.
More words. More words.
That's phenomenal writing right there, man.
Thank you, man. I am expecting a nice award.
Eisner Award. You're gonna get the Eisner Award this year for that.
I'm hoping I get the Poulter Award, but
hell yeah.
but,
the prestigious Poulter Award.
Yeah.
But, no.
I have a couple of Poulters on my shelf.
Nice.
Not to brag.
No, Peter and I kind of work I don't know if they still call it that or if they still do it, but we kind of work a little bit classic Marvel style. I don't really feel like I need to tell Peter, hey, panel 1 this, panel 2 this. Like I do with other people I've worked with in the past, but Peter knows what's happening. He knows, I can tell him.
I just
hey,
the basics.
Pages 1 and 2. Let's do this, this, and this, and this guy's probably going to say this, and then I'll, in my when I come back for the second draft, it'll be top notch. And these two guys, these scientists, those are going to be drawn in per. So you can be the scientists that are in need of rescue.
Ooh,
that's awesome.
Then, like future books, if the science division are needed, you'll be back.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
cool.
that's one of them.
I love this artwork, man. This is really cool stuff, Peter.
I mean, it was kind of initially it was going to be like the old school cartoons where it would be like a painted background, and then the characters moving around in the foreground would be like flat.
Yeah. Yep.
That like Tom and Jerry kind of thing. That was kind of similar to that, wasn't it? And the old like Roadrunner and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it was like that. But me being me, I'm like, no, I can't do it. So I had to go back and put some shading on the characters and stuff.
Is there going to be any kind of animation for the opening launch video or anything like that?
Oh, I'm doing that at the moment. I'm working on it at the moment.
Awesome.
I'm not promising animation though, because I've got a comic to draw and all that stuff.
You can always outsource.
I could do, but I'm such a control freak.
There you go. If you want a job done right,
I could outsource it, but I'd want them like emailing me like every 5 minutes.
He's a control freak on himself when it comes to his art. He will send me two images side by side, and he's like, "I fixed it," and I'm like, what? Where?
Oh, there was a tiny
what's
thing,
different,
tiny little thing. It's like I wish I'd still got the old, like the rendered out old pages, because like there's barely any difference. And it's like, yeah, but this is the new revamp version. It's like, what? Should we show page? I've not shown page 2 before. All right. Bam, bam, bam.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Trouble's brewing on Mars.
That is nice, man. That is really, really nice.
Beautiful.
Now, that's the moon or the sun behind them?
That's the sun up there.
Okay.
Yeah. On there, yeah. I mean,
these are, as you can see, very, very imposing figures on Mars.
Yeah. They are absolutely terrifying.
Striking terror into the hearts of travelers.
They're not the brightest.
I wonder how they eat.
Oh, no.
They probably absorb rocks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. They absorb rocks and pebbles and things like that. And that's how they grow.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like plant people. They just draw their nutrients from the soil.
Yeah.
We
can go with that.
Yeah. from the desolate
we can
red.
go with that.
Yeah.
Trying to help out.
Yeah. No one's going to care once Rocket Girl's bouncing around with the bits and pieces flying around. And
man, we don't even put like people in spacesuits when we send them into space. So,
no, I mean the scientists need spacesuits, but Rocket.
Well, yeah, the scientists do, but that dog, he's all right.
Yeah,
Booster, he don't care. He don't need a helmet.
That was John Malin was doing a thing a while back where he was he was said on Twitter, send me your artwork and I'll critique it. Good God, on a live stream. So I did. I sent him like the original version of Rocket Girl, not the original, but like a later version of Rocket Girl. I sent him that, and the first thing he did, he got it into Clip Studio, and he just drew a big bubble around the dog's head. Like, you know,
he starts drawing helmets for people.
Yeah, it's like no, bad John. It's comic books. We don't need a reason. We don't need a reason for a dog to be in space.
Absolutely.
That's the answer for most things. If people ask, "Oh, well, why comic books?" It's comic books.
Yeah, we don't really adhere to any hard science here. You know, I don't. You know, for of course, you know, for most stories, you know, you want your world to make sense and things like that. But we don't really need to know how the ray gun works. I don't think so. You know, we're just. Yeah, it's not about being realistic. We just want to have fun and have a good adventure story. And, you know, I want people to be able to, hey, I immersed myself in this. I was entertained, didn't think about, you know, whatever's going on in my life that day. And I was able to get away and enjoy this. And that's what we're here for. You know, that's what we're all here for, right?
Heck yeah.
Right.
Have you guys seen Star Crash by any chance?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay,
of course.
I just bought the Blu-ray.
You did? Yeah,
it's sweet, ain't it? I got it too.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Sent me a DM, just a picture of the cover, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I sure did. I was like, hey, check this out, man.
So much fun.
Love Star Crash.
Yeah, me too.
Look, here we go. Here's the original. That's the original Rocket Girl drawing I did like whenever last year. I can't remember.
Well, I'm glad you changed it the way you did.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this it's not great. It's not great. And she was called Rocket Girl as well then.
Yeah, she looks a little bit overdressed to me.
Yeah.
It's like, how is she going to let her skin breathe in that outfit?
I know. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
That's what I'm saying.
Just thinking about her.
You know, I can't say I'm not a fan of the little Power Girl window on the chest there, but
the little cape is cool.
Yeah. So,
and then I don't think I've actually got the other one anymore. Shame. It's in my Dropbox or something. But yeah.
Oh, I know, dude. We've had so many updated images,
different versions,
and
and she went from this.
I'm like, oh shit, that one's not on my phone, and I'm like, oh, that one's on my computer.
Oh no, there we go.
Here
we go. This is the one. That's the one I sent to Malin, and he started drawing. Yeah. It was getting there.
Original promo image, huh?
Yeah. It was getting there at that point, but it wasn't quite. You know.
You don't have to have realism and escapism. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. I mean, now there are some stories that make sense to try and stay true to realism. You know what I mean? But
sure,
you know,
yeah.
Not when you're tongue in cheek retro. I mean, there's
exactly.
That's why I brought up Star Crash, because you know the science in that is non-existent, and it's just perfectly wonderful fun. Now, you know, whenever you create a fictional world, you generally want to obey certain laws, like the laws of physics, you know, basic stuff, because you don't want to take people out of the story. But the thing is nobody is going to be watching Star Crash or Barbarella or reading Rocket Gal and expecting a hard science piece.
No, exactly. It's
if you don't know what you're gonna get from looking at it, I don't know what to tell you. So, I think what you see is what you get for sure. So.
Well, I mean, I think you guys are going to have a great like opening launch, because I mean, it's such an impressive thing, and you guys are making a significant noise about it. I'm excited to
Yeah.
see how well you guys do on your first few days. I mean, have you guys have a game plan? I mean, what let's get everybody hyped up here. What is the official launch date of this thing? When can we start back in this book?
March 11th. So
Yeah.
that's what, 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
It is. Yeah.
So yeah, March
Oh.
11th.
Plenty of time
Yeah.
to plan and hype. And are you going to do a kind of like a launch party or something like that?
Yeah,
Like
we
you have on
probably
stream?
will. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what kind of like incentives do people have for signing up early? Is there a special secret perk? Is there discounts? Are there magic images that you turn upside down in her dress, her necklace moves?
Yeah, paper dolls, man. Paper dolls.
Dude, that's an idea.
It is an idea.
It
actually.
is actually
But,
a color form set.
yeah,
Oh.
color forms. Yeah.
Well, funnily enough, I've got a folder on my Rocket Girl folder. There's it's all. Let me show you what I've got in here. It's like all the characters I draw. I've been doing this like digitally. So I've got like there you go. I've just got all these cutouts of all the different characters. And then I've got like backgrounds, like I've got a Mars background and whatever. So if I want to do a promo image really quickly, I just drag that character on, drag that and make up a scene. And then there you go. There's a new promo image.
Yeah.
So
We've got a folder where he's like, Peter made a folder that's called something like "Build Your Own Rocket Gal Promo," and it's got
yeah.
just in it.
Like you've got like backgrounds and stuff, random.
Oh, I'm really thinking color form set right now.
Oh, I know. To answer.
Oh, nice. Is he a member of the press?
Joe Froggo.
Yeah.
This is Joe
Yeah.
Froggo. Yeah, Joe Froggo.
Froggo.
He is. He is very inspired by Joe Froggo. He is the Ace Space reporter.
Yeah.
And,
I love the little propellers on the cameras.
Yeah. He's I don't know, what would you call him? A plot device, maybe at times he could be. Yeah.
Sometimes narrator. He will kind of maybe for scene transitions, things like that. He's kind of he's our reporter, and we can use him in a variety of ways, but it's going to be fun. He can be on the scene anytime, I suppose. So.
Yeah, Joe Froggo on the scene, reporting for Galactic News Network. That's it.
Yep. So,
wonderful.
Sweet.
Yeah, obviously we wanted to give things very on the nose names. That is beautiful. I love that. I love that ray gun.
That's fantastic.
So that's why we have, Intergalactic Space Command and things like that as I didn't why not just have fun? I've never this is one of those projects that I can really just I don't want to say kick back, but more let loose. Do some of the wild things that we wouldn't be able to get away with in other stories and other types of stories. So
right.
Well, this is it. I mean, while we were discussing it, there's just like so many things you can do with it. Because we were talking about future stuff that we could do and where you could go, and it's like, well, there's no reason why she can't time travel at some point. So anything's possible,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, especially because the realism is not a factor. I mean, you don't have to follow rules at any point. I mean, so yeah,
exactly, yeah.
And Peter has
you could have her.
I don't know if I call it. I'm sorry.
You could have her swallow accidentally swallow anti-gravity pills, and she's walking on the ceiling and having to like hold her clothes on.
Absolutely, that can happen. Yeah, things exactly like that.
Go.
Yeah,
there we go. I like that kind of thinking.
She can go into the Mirrorverse and run into her evil twin.
Exactly.
Things like that. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Some evil scientists tried to clone her, and
right.
There's anything goes really.
See now, if you make her have a clone, then she has to fall in love with herself and have like an intimate affair. It's
I was thinking it, but I wasn't going there.
You're so beautiful. I've never seen someone as attractive and as sensual as you are. It's like,
Right.
Sounds like fanfic to me.
Yeah.
Feel free to send any fanfic to _ Wyatt Holliday.
No, don't do that. So, Wyatt is good. So yeah, I love 50s sci-fi too, man. I'm
Me too.
As far as sci-fi literature, I enjoy classic pulp. I'm 20s, 30s, into the 40s kind of guy when it comes there.
Me too.
I've got a few nice issues, a few nice old magazines, but in my collection. But and then when we get to sci-fi, I especially love 50s, 60s, and 80s. So those are my, I know, Peter's 60s and 70s.
Who's your favorite sci-fi author?
Frank Herbert.
Oh,
Philip K. Dick for me.
I think Dune is almost untouchable.
It is it's astounding.
I know that's a very mainstream answer to say, but it's Dune.
It's a classic. It's a masterpiece. I remember my college history professor told me, if you want to understand Islam, if you want to understand desert religions, he said, the best book you can read, Frank Herbert's Dune.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And just the world building in that is just astounding. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Dune as well. Hoping that the new movie is going to be good.
I was a big Dune fan. I actually saw the movie before I read the book, but I read the book afterwards, and it's like I was all, I probably should have done it the other way around, but actually Ray Bradbury is my favorite author.
Yeah.
Love me some Ray.
Yeah, H.G. Wells.
I was going to say I'm more H.G. Wells, Jules Verne.
Yeah,
definitely H.G. Wells for sure. Yeah.
H.G. Wells is awesome because he really, at his core, was a horror writer. When you think of all the stories that he's really famous for, they all have like a horror angle to them, right?
Absolutely.
Like The Invisible Man, War of the Worlds,
Invisible
Islands
Man
of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
Even The Time Machine with the Morlocks.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was definitely a horror aspect to it.
I love Wells. Wells holds up very well.
Invisible Man gets horror real quick.
Yeah, it does.
It does. Yeah.
It's
pretty grim.
The book at least.
Gruesome. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
I don't really have time to read anymore, so I do a lot of audiobooks. And at the moment, I'm on a constant loop. It's like everything from like Robert E. Howard to Jules Verne, and just that constantly. I've just listening at the moment to Jules Verne's Mysterious Island.
Oh, wonderful!
It's
fantastic book.
Great book.
Yeah, it's
fantastic. Excellent. Yeah,
and audiobooks are very, very underrated. I know a lot of people avoid them because they think that it's somehow unintellectual, that only like dopey people would listen to audiobooks. But seriously, I think I'm a big defender of them. And it's like, if you're in your car and you're stuck in traffic and you don't want to listen to music, what are you going to do? Turn on the radio and listen to frickin' Rush Limbaugh? Or you can like throw in an audiobook and have like Ray Bradbury sitting right next to you, reading you a story.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the time that they make. I mean, and there's a couple of them like this, but when it's like a consistent model that audiobooks are almost like the old radio show plays. You know what I mean? Where they have audiobook characters. They have narrators and voices and characters that would just be the best. I can't wait till they actually consistently.
I listen to that LibriVox app, and there's a lot of stuff on there where it is that's what they've done.
They made a lot of 2000 AD radio dramas. Maybe.
Oh, those are fun.
Maybe early 2000s. Maybe late 90s. Maybe.
Yeah, those are great. The one that I really highly recommend is World War Z.
Fantastic! Yes.
Right, it's done like a radio show. And
Oh,
you
that's
have
cool.
all these different people because every chapter is a person telling their own story. So they have a separate actor for each one of those characters telling their story. So you've got Mark Hamill, doing the Battle of Yonkers. You have Henry Rollins doing a chapter as like an ex-Navy SEAL who's like a bodyguard now to like some rich scumbag, and across the board, just absolutely fantastic.
It is really, really good. Yeah.
Well, that's definitely cool. So back to some Rocket Gal here. All right. So, okay, March 11th, everybody. March 11th. That's the day. So, was there a certain? It's like you said you guys are gonna do a launch party. Are you guys already have all that worked out? It's gonna be on. You guys have the channel. What time? Any of that? So we can.
If I had to take a wild guess, I would say it was going to be on Mandy's channel.
Not really a wild guess, is it?
I guess it's not that out there, but I guess it's not that
That's
much
what I
of a
was thinking.
stretch. But yeah, no, I think I can't confirm 100%, but I would say yes. That we will probably do a launch on Mandy's channel. So we don't have anything in stone yet, but I would say that's very likely.
Yeah, she's a
Very
sweetheart.
cool.
We all love her.
She may confirm if she's in the chat somewhere.
She's probably in the store somewhere like that.
Yeah, I was chatting with her about it last night. So yeah,
good.
That's what I would want, but it's who knows.
All right, so let's go a little sidetrack here. Comics Avalon. I know that this is like Wyatt's baby, but let's tell me, and I'm going to be bringing it up here so I can pull up the window. But tell me and everybody in the chat, everybody's going to watch later. First of all, what is Comics Avalon? Like, I know it's a website, but
when I was first coming around, a good portion of Ardana Zero was finished before anyone even knew who I was. We were already working on the book. We had been working on it for a little while, and I thought, hey, if all this works out and everything goes great, and I want to have some T-shirts or something, I'm gonna want a place to sell them. So, I looked around at some places. I wasn't overly impressed with some of the outlets I saw, but I thought, okay, well, I'll just build my own store, sell my stuff there. There we go. So I thought I would just build a place to there we go, Ink Spot. Yeah, coming soon. So we might have a launch party for that. But, so yeah,
I hope it's not a small party, right?
Kazing, he's got a million of them. Is this thing on?
So yeah, I just I figured I'd want a place to just be able to peddle my wares, as they say, and then by the time I was a good chunk of the way through working on the store, I thought, hey, why don't I just see if some of the other people that I know and talk to want to sell their stuff there too, and why just keep it to myself if other people want to do things as well. So it needs a little update. I need to remove the holiday stuff there.
You're a busy man, dude.
Yeah, I've been super busy, so the store, it hasn't been updated too terribly much.
How's it working out? How are the sales in the store? Has it gotten some kind of momentum yet, or is it still kind of on the beginning stages?
When we launched, I think I actually made the store live around Black Friday, and it was more of I wanted it to be live before the end of the year. It wasn't supposed to, we didn't make a lot of noise about it. We sent some tweets and things. Hey, check it out. But it hasn't really been the big promotional push yet. But it has gotten some attention. And yeah, things are going pretty well. you know, everyone in there has moved some merch, and the checks from December, the royalties will be going out into this month. So
Sweet. Very sweet.
yeah, it's you know, it hasn't moved at an incredible pace, but like I said, we're still in the beginning phases.
Not really been pushing it.
Yeah, but so that's my next thing. Once we get Rocket Gal up and going, I'm gonna focus on this a little more. We're gonna be doing some expansion. I know, you know, some people, Narwhal has sent me some more things to add, because we want to get some Earthbound and foreign agent related things in there. Yeah, and then we have some other people we're talking to, and yeah, it's going well, man. It looks good. I like the way everything looks. It's functional. It is optimized for mobile, so it works well there, and
it's run by Comicsgate.
Yeah, and you know, as far as the name, man, I needed a URL. So I needed a URL that wasn't taken, and so
I'm totally down with Avalon. You know, that's fine,
so you know, Comics Avalon works. Yeah, it's just it's Comicsgate. I mean, the name has no real significance other than you know, I couldn't make it Comicsgate Store 1234. So,
Right.
That's a fine name.
Yeah, fine name, works. So easy to say, easy to remember.
So you got prints on there now too?
Yeah. We got some more things we'll be adding soon as I have time to get into it, because I am, you know, a one-man operation. And
did you build this site yourself, or are you using like a third-party system?
Someone someone worked on it with me. So now I'm no programmer. So
I love the name of that print.
I love the name of that print too, man. That's funny. Well, that's what he said. I asked him what he wanted me to call it, and that's what he said. And I was like, well,
Well, he did say this was the year he was bringing back the underboob. So
Yeah.
we got the space boobs. He's got the underboobs.
Yeah, man.
It's all about boobs this year. 2020 is the year of the boob.
I'm a fan of boobs. I like boobs.
Everybody loves boobs. Everybody.
Yeah. Just like I said,
sorry,
I was gonna make a place to sell my T-shirts and things like that anyway. So you know, I figured why not bring along people for the ride? And you know,
that's a great idea.
Because you know, man, I just like it. You know, I've said it a few times since I first came to CG, and you know, I figure, you know, we all have different talents in addition to the writing or the art or whatever, and I figure if we can use those to help each other, like, you know, someone may be good at this and I suck at it, and if I do, at least I'll admit it. And so, you know, I figure if we can help each other out with the things we are good at,
absolutely.
You know, I don't think it used to be a secret, but I don't think it's a secret that I do a lot of the pre-press and print files for people. So, and you know, I've never charged anyone for that. I wouldn't. Otherwise, you know, I wouldn't offer to do it if I was going to charge. So,
yeah, you don't charge for favors. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I just, you know, like I said, man, I can't even draw a convincing stick man. But
neither can I, brother. Neither can I.
But Peter comes up and he's like, "Here, add this to your campaign. Make it $200." So, hey,
that's what I was laughing at.
All right, we're moving into war campaign territory fast.
I know. Yeah, Ink Spots is he needs like a 7-second delay or something.
All right, so let's get back to some Rocket Gal here. So the campaign's and mailing list launch date is March 11th, officially announced and confirmed by Mandy Summers that it will be on her channel. She confirmed it while making dinner, which is
I know, multitasking.
Multitasking. Yeah.
A very Mandy move.
Yeah.
So we're all excited about it. Everybody, if you're not signed up for this, you got to get on it and get this thing and refresh everybody what kind of special thing they'll get if they sign up early.
Yes, I meant to get back to that question. I was trying to get there, and we have not 100% decided. Well, Peter might have. We have not decided, as far as I know, we have not 100% decided on that. But here's what Peter's been working on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, get on the mailing. Oh, crap. See, I've not got my pen plugged in, so all the controls are weird on Clip Studio. I'm having trouble zooming on things. But, you know, there's a lot more going on to this.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you've got Rocket Gal and then Ava from Pirate Queen arm wrestling there.
Yeah.
Brutus, of course.
Brutus Butter, yeah. Cecil popping
hanging
in.
out.
Yeah. Up at the back, we've got Literature Devils, Doc Alpha, sat with Cyberfrog, who's eating Red Rooster
Chicken.
Red Rooster
Red
chicken.
Rooster Chicken.
Nice. Attention to detail.
That's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know, I do like the detail. Zoom out. God, this is really hard without the pen.
There's
that guy beside Wart the Wizard.
Wart the Wizard and Ordana. We've got Doug from Archie Bear's Chrono Mechanics.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
There's Lug.
Tug and Lug. And Lug's little
And
buddy.
Tug. Yeah.
Yeah. Lug's little buddy's playing with our little robot dude. I've kind of been going around gradually as I'm filling it up, asking people, can I use your character? Is it okay? And they're like, yeah.
I can't see why everybody would say no.
Seriously.
Well, this is it.
Right.
I've got Graveyard Shifter going on there. John Malin's Graveyard Shift. I've got those. I have a list, but I do not know where said list is. Mary Boys, they're going on there.
Nice.
Elsa Dark's going on there. Who else? I'm going to forget. Brand. Yeah, Brand. Dark Santana, you know, the evil Santa Claus dude. Yep, he's going on there.
Captain Love.
Captain Love. Yeah. Look,
you fit right in there.
You can see how much space I've got to fill.
Captain Love would fit perfectly in that space cantina scene there.
It's like sitting by himself with a bottle, looking lonely.
Oh, Captain
Brooding in the corner. I do have, like I said, I've got a huge list somewhere, and it's vanished. I don't know. Oh yeah, Matty from Vestige is going on there, and basically, yeah. And if I haven't mentioned your character, and you want your character on there, just let me know.
Captain Love is. I would love to see Captain Love in there, of course. I know it'd look pretty interesting to have a big old gorilla with a 6-shooter sitting in there too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd love that. I'd love that. But if at the same time, it's like when you see an artist doing something like this, it's kind of like a DJ. You know, if you go and request a song, it's like they're kind of like doing their thing, and if you don't, they don't necessarily want to jump right into like what the song that you requested because they're building like an oral landscape or soundscape, you know what I mean? But they're all doing
70s funk and you request like Dire Straits or something.
Yeah, exactly. But don't feel obliged. But yeah, oh dude, if you threw Six Gun in there, that would be awesome.
I've got my list here, and I've added Captain Love, and I've added Six Gun Gorilla.
Sweet,
cool,
sweet,
very cool.
But it's not just a case of, like you say, it's not just a case of throwing characters on. They've all got to be doing something and interacting. And yeah, I mean, what would a gorilla with a 6-gun be doing in the scene? Would he be? I don't know.
Well, in the cantina, he's probably eating. would be my guess.
Yeah.
Yes, with a very, very like a huge pile of because gorillas have to eat like their weight in vegetation every day. So like a gorilla sitting down to a meal would be like a huge pile of like bananas and greens and space fruit and veggies,
leaves and trees.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's a
tree.
Well, he's also a bounty hunter.
Long growing these trees one time.
Well, in the extended series, he's going to be a bounty hunter, so he might be looking for a bounty as well.
Oh yeah, and then also the background across the walls is going to be posters and stuff. So yeah, I think I mentioned to John that I was going to put like a tank heist poster up there and just random things.
Yeah, what I'm saying, if for some reason the character doesn't fit into what you're doing here, I shan't be offended if you leave him out.
Oh no, it'll fit. I'll make it fit.
Okay.
I need to fill like the whole of the side.
Maybe he might make the calendar. No, I'm just kidding. Their boy toy calendar they got hanging out.
But Captain Love definitely fits in there. That's for sure.
I don't know if it picks up on YouTube, but you can see the original lines, like the edge of the original page. So I've already doubled the size of it.
I do see the lines there. Yeah, you've definitely expanded it to add more.
Yeah. So it could get bigger.
Well, you guys have seen the one that's 6 a.m. Comics did, right?
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable! That's the Guernica of Comicsgate.
Yeah, it's like, and he's still adding more now because there's like new people. He felt like he needed to add more people.
I know. I don't even know if Rocket Gal's on there yet.
No, she's not.
We need to look at because I know Ardonna was. So
I've got I think all I've got on there is got me little lug. Me lug.
Does she have any of her plops? That's the real question. When it's story time and she needs her plops.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just a word story. Sometimes it's a plop story.
Yeah, it's a plop story. It's a plop story.
It's awesome,
dangerously cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that book's just shipped as well. That's in people's hands.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, a lot of people received it yesterday and today. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. I got my copy of Six Gun Gorilla. I read that. Speaking of Brian, that was excellent.
Thank you.
There's a bunch of just. It's like one of those stories that the best part of it is the little side stories. That's the little stuff on the side. That's the best part of it. It's a great book. I highly recommend it, even though you can't get it anymore. Just like I'm looking forward to reading
in March.
Yeah,
at the beginning of March.
Will you be offering that one again?
Oh yeah,
in some format.
Oh yeah. In March, I'm going to be launching the campaign for the next Six Gun Gorilla, the big gun down, and people are going to be able to buy the trade paperback with a brand new cover by Kanan White.
Oh,
nice.
Yes, but we're not here to talk about my book. We're here to talk about.
No. I just wanted to make sure I missed it the first time, so
it's coming up.
Yeah, so
gonna need a lot of money in March.
Yeah.
If you like Dune, you might like my story, Dark Orchestra. Dune meets X-Men, nowhere near as in-depth as Dune. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to be as in-depth as Dune, but it's going to be brutal.
No.
Yeah,
nothing like a good violent book.
Yeah.
I'd check that out, Mr. Shoister.
Yeah. So Rocket Gal, now, how many pages is it going to be?
According to our original estimates, according to our original discussions,
things change.
Things do change and evolve. Right now, we're looking at 24 pages. But the plan is for these to come out fairly regularly. It's not going to be, the first one let's say the first one does well, everything goes great. It's not going to be another year before the next one.
No. I mean, me being me, I'm always over ambitious anyway. But me being me, I'm like, well, let's do 4 a year.
Oh gosh,
but no. I'm
4
not saying that's what we're going to do. I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
Me, I'm like, let's do 1 a week. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 a week. Right. For a year is not too bad. I mean, that's kind of rough. That's kind of roughly, the timeline I have for the Captain Love chapters.
Yeah.
It really, I mean, the problem is that, my illustrator would probably do more if I was able to communicate with him on a more regular basis. You guys probably communicate all the time, so it would actually be easier for you guys to kick out stuff faster.
Yeah, well, I mean, 4 years probably a bit too much for us because we got other stuff as well. I mean, Wyatt's got Ordana. I've got stuff with Mandy, so
right.
Yeah, I mean,
other things. Well, it's not going to be 1 a year, like Wyatt said. It's
right. And the idea is that each story is self-contained. That doesn't mean what happens in a book doesn't affect the world and the rest of the books. But for the most part, our first one, it's Rocket Gal and the Mole Men of Mars. The next one might be
we had tons of fun coming up.
Dinosaurs of
the
rainforest planet or whatever, so they will all have these B movie type titles like this.
Space Werewolf from Planet X.
Yes. We have quite a list of working titles, and sometimes just coming up with the names is the fun part. That's fun. So
a few kind of tentative story ideas and stuff for them, and things like backstories for characters and
I know
we're not just throwing characters and it's like, oh, we got this dude, oh well, he's this, and oh, what if he does this, and it's like, yeah, but that's and we go off on a tangent.
Right.
I wish there's a character I wish we could tell you more about, but you're going to have to find out because it's
I know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, okay, so how when do you guys? So the campaign starts March 11th, and just say you go 60 days. That's April and May 11th. When do you guys think that fulfillment will be?
Well,
Peter,
it'll all be done. It'll be ready to print by the time the campaign ends. So so as soon as possible, as soon as humanly possible.
Yeah. Unlike my first campaign, we will probably stay in demand through fulfillment.
Yeah,
and but
you guys are going to overprint at least, right?
But it's not going to be a case of the campaign ends and then you've got to wait 6 months. No.
Yeah, we'll now that I'm because Peter's in England, of course, so we can't, the fulfillment will be taking place on this side. So, I'll be handling all that and the printing and all that, and everything's gonna, be coming from the States.
Are you guys going through Mixum?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now here's something that Mixum is probably capable of doing. You might want to check in since you're going to be using them because they have printing on both sides of the pond.
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you guys get your orders in, you may consider having them like do smaller runs on each side just to check your numbers to see if you can save a significant amount of money in printing costs because I know that like my overseas, I make there's no handling money in my overseas, and in some cases I underestimated by $1 or $2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In other places I made up the difference. So like overseas is fine, but 25% of my orders is overseas, and a good third of my entire campaign funds is shipping money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I understand that. So you have people on both sides of the pond. You have Wyatt's on this side, Peter's on that side. I mean, you guys would be the first ones to really significantly test that model if it can be done. Yeah.
The Mixum UK offices and printing whatever place that's really close to me as well. Like as in I can be there in half an hour.
Right. It might make sense, and then you guys would be, trailblazing for the entire community that way. So
we have discussed doing a test run of that. We're going to we're probably gonna see how that turns out, because if Peter could handle our UK guys,
I mean,
UK
well,
backers.
to be honest, international shipping from the UK is like nearly half what it is to send for you to send. It's like I can send a big pile of artwork out, and it's like $13 to anywhere in the world, tracked and all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So,
but and it doesn't even count international for you as long as it's in the Commonwealth, huh?
No, anywhere. It doesn't
Canada
even have to
and things like that.
Doesn't even have to be the Commonwealth. It can be anywhere. It's the same price, just flat price.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I can send stuff to Siberia.
I wonder why it's so expensive for us here to ship international. It does seem a little over the top,
because our mail carriers cost a lot of money.
Yeah, but our mail carrier, the thing is like when we ship international, basically everything I ship for international goes to LA and then ships from LA international.
Yeah,
yeah. So and then it basically just gets thrown into a boat, and then or a plane or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, here, when I send stuff from here, everything goes to one place in the UK, and then it always ends up in New York and sits in New York for like a week or two doing nothing. I don't know why. But it's only recently. I don't know if it's to do with that virus thing and the checking stuff more coming into the country, or I don't know.
Well,
but
we've had the feeling in this country that they've been discouraging, plane travel, and so if they're going through foreign mail or they're doing something like that, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that they're like one of my favorite bands, is from Switzerland. I'm like, when are you guys playing in the United States? And they're like, never. I'm like, why? And they're like, because it's just too much of a hassle to get into the country.
Yeah.
So they'll play Mexico. They'll play Mexico, but they won't play the United States.
What band was that?
They'll skip us right over Lacrimosa.
Oh yeah,
I have not heard of them, but I do listen to a lot of European bands, and
it's kind of like goth metal with like a little bit of Queen. That would be
nice.
Yeah, with like the odd arrangements and everything. But yeah, they'll play Mexico, skip right over us, and tour in Canada. But they're just like, America, forget it.
Yeah.
Just too much of a hassle.
I mean, the last batch of artwork I sent out to people sat in New York for a week. The last one, the previous one. The current batch that I sent out 2 weeks ago, it's still sat in New York. It's been there for like nearly 2 weeks now.
Yeah,
that's awful.
Yeah, that wall that Trump's building with Mexico, that's not to keep the Mexicans out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, it's ridiculous because the wall is nothing more than, not to get into politics, but the wall is nothing more than talk, because nothing's going to keep anybody out or keep anybody in. I mean, it's just a way to make people who are unreasonably afraid feel better. It's symbolic. It's not even an iron curtain. You know what I mean? But it kind of represents one.
It's like TSA security theater. Where you go when you fly on a plane, you have to go through TSA, and they go through all this BS and all this ritual, and they pull people out of line and everything. It doesn't make you any safer. It's just to create that illusion of safety.
Yep.
But I digress.
So all right,
comic books.
Yeah, back to comic books.
Yes.
It's really, especially in comics, it's really easy to get off track on politics and social bullshit.
Yeah.
That's part of the thing. So, okay, now next question. Does Rocket Girl have more than 2 outfits?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Short answer, yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All the old super hot and yes.
Yeah.
Are we going to see her in some thigh highs?
Eventually.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I I got a thing for thigh highs.
Imagine she has this huge closet of awesome outfits, and none of them are the same. And this is the one she chooses to wear in this book, or at least what you've seen so far.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, it'll be a kind of rotating wardrobe. Not saying we won't ever use the same thing twice, but there will be favorites that people like, I'm sure. So
I've got ideas and things kind of worked out. There's one that's like basically a PVC catsuit with a boob window. That kind of stuff.
All right, well, we got to address the elephant in the room about the outfit. So when it comes to this outfit, this particular one where she has the strategically placed medallions
jewelry
or whatever
things,
okay, are those nipple clamps? I mean, is she a little kinky behind that outfit, or?
I'm saying nothing. She is what she is. It's comic books.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm assuming that she's topless, and just in every shot, her nipples are covered by her jewelry and or by her hair.
Yeah. I was going to say, if the jewelry isn't doing the job, the hair's doing the job, and if neither of those are doing the job, then Booster the dog's probably
then we stick the dog in the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Or a mole man or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that scene from that old Peter Sellers movie, A Shot in the Dark.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Where he's in the nudist camp.
Exactly.
Covering his Jenny's.
Yeah, it makes me think of that scene from Austin Powers where they were
that too.
Yeah, well, that's what that was taken from. Yeah.
I think it's all from an old Monty Python sketch originally or something. I don't know, but
yeah, it's an old shtick, but it's a classic, and it's funny. Yeah, there's some really this is just like a great platform to pull all even way used jokes. Like you can use them again, even though they've been way used. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, to be honest, there's people who don't know them still. Like younger people and newer people to this kind of stuff. Yeah.
But then you can also take these old tropes and then just do new things with them.
Yeah. We can go anywhere with this. Anywhere.
Yep.
Okay, so I gotta know. All right, so I'm gonna ask each of you this question. All right, for first, Peter, your favorite part of the Rocket Girl book, your favorite element. What is the best part about that project for you?
Wow.
Good question.
My favorite part. Well, I can't say Rocket Girl herself, can I? Getting to draw all the and sort of design all the futuristic yet retro stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like the gun and the city on Earth and things like that. Just I'm really into the designing stuff and getting that vibe just right. It's there's a scene where at the start of the book where they're in intergalactic space command and the space commander's sort of telling everyone what's going on and the problem, and he's got these monitor screens, and I did 12 different designs for the monitor screens, just to get that kind of sci-fi but still retro kind of thing right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think that element being that you're the artist and you get to invest in yourself and that kind of stuff makes it a very cool thing. Like for instance, as a parallel to make it everybody appreciate this more, I hire my artist, and he's his time is spread thin between my projects and his sculpting and other little projects he's working on. So we don't really have the time or the finances to go and sample looks and try different things and you know what I mean? So So I truly appreciate that you have the ability to go through and try a bunch of different things.
And to be honest, the reason I can do that is it's all thanks to Comicsgate. It's all thanks to people buying, commissioning stuff from me, and the work I did with Tug. That the money from that and the money from commissions gives me the chance to be able to sit and do this. Waiting for the next payday after when Rocket Girl's done, when I get paid from that, and then that money will. It's Comicsgate. It's great. I can't.
We have a very special community here. We really do.
Yeah.
And Peter puts, so much thought and detail into the designs, and sometimes he'll send me 5 of that robot, and I'm like, well, hell, dude, they all look good to me.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So
when I was designing, was it Joe Froggo? Yeah, they're like this variations, but they're like really subtle variations. But to me, it matters. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've got to.
Absolutely. That's that kind of attention to detail definitely shows and definitely works in your favor, I think. And also it shows that that you're easy to work with.
And it'll make a better book in the end.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's. I'm sure it would be a good book even if you were under a time crunch and time constraints because you're extremely talented. But being able to play with ideas and try and find your best thing, I think that is amazing, and the fact that your favorite part is even double amazing. So.
I mean, I can if you want to, I can show you.
Please,
if you want a quick look, I can show you.
Yeah.
Show the evolution of Joe Froggo.
Sure.
I love stuff like that. I'm a sucker for stuff like that.
There we go. So we're sharing that. So yeah, there's this. I send all this stuff to Wyatt, and well, we've got a group. It's like me, Wyatt, and Mandy, and I'll send them there, and it'll be like, what do you think? And right, so we got that one, and then we went to that one. Subtle differences,
right?
Subtle differences.
Well, in the previous one, he kind of looked a little bit like a flasher.
Yeah.
And
then it all evolved.
Oh yeah, that joke came up.
I mean, it's one of those things that's popped into my head, like unbidden. It's just I didn't mean to think that.
It's just sort of changing, and then you get down to like a couple of designs that I like, and it's like I'll send this, and it's like, which do you prefer? And the only difference is that thing under his neck,
is this the one where his neck was yellow?
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I never would have noticed. I never would have noticed that if you hadn't pointed it out.
But you see that matters because in certain scenes he might be like being a bit blustery, and that's going to that's going to swell up. He's going to sort of
right. Man, you're thinking ahead, brother.
But all that stuff, that stuff's important to me. And it just helps. It makes the character more rounded, and
Right.
Yeah, awesome. It's been the care that Peter takes to really make this stuff stand out and look unique and pop. It's puts a lot of work into it.
It shows.
It's been great.
I'll sit there doing and this is the stuff I don't send to anyone else because while I'm just working out, and I'll like color schemes for characters and stuff. I'll sit there and I'll mess around for like 2 hours just changing the colors. But you're not just thinking about that character. You're thinking about how that character's color scheme is going to look next to another character and another character and another character. So you're trying to, get it all to gel and the background. So if they're on Mars and Mars is orange, you don't want like something that's totally going to clash. But then that character's also got to go with that another scene and another. Yeah, it's.
Well, it's cool that you're thinking colors. You know what I mean? When you're drawing, also.
Absolutely.
That is not something that most comic book illustrators do. Because the color might be communicated in the script, but usually the colors are something that a third person, the colorist, is with, which is completely separate. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the luxury of because I sort of like pencil, ink, and color all my own stuff. So when I'm inking something or I'm doing that, then I've already got the colors in mind. So, and how it's going to be colored, so I know where to put the line work, where to put the cross hatching, all that kind of stuff.
Just a little suggestion: if you have a lot of character designs like the ones that you just showed us, that would make it. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That might make for like an interesting scrapbook or bonus material stuff that you would right.
The making of Rocket Girl would definitely be. I can see something that you guys
great perk
would be a great stretch goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. I always love seeing a character's sketches, character designs, and how they change. And
Yeah.
I love that. I'm a sucker for that.
And I've also got a hard drive full of everything, almost everything that I've drawn for Rocket Girl so far is recorded in video.
She got her teeth
Yeah.
on my wrist. She's purring with her teeth in my wrist. Oh, I was talking loud. She just popped.
Pepper Potts.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've got video. It's all recorded as video as well. All drawing, all the pages, all the designs. I've got tons
That's
and
great.
tons. It's like
dude.
a Blu-ray's worth, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to do like a scrapbook or making of or something if you've got that stuff already.
Yeah, what you've been shooting Vella's videos? Are you making that? Why haven't you been uploading those on to a YouTube channel?
Because of what we're talking about now, a making of thing. It's all, you know. Don't give away your milk free or whatever.
Top secret. After you release the
And
book,
spoilers,
though, after you release the book, though, you could always upload that stuff. I mean, as somebody who can't draw a straight line with a ruler, I always find the process fascinating to watch, because to me it's something that's almost magical. You know how you artists, how you can create something from nothing, how you can just take a blank page and a pencil and create magic and beauty.
Yeah,
I know. I tell people all the time, if I could draw like that, or like say Frank Cho or J. Scott Campbell or somebody, man, no one would ever see me, dude. And when they did, I would look like Forrest Gump after he ran to the other coast. That's what I look like all the time, because I'd be like, I'm drawing, man.
Why do you think I don't put the camera on anymore? I look like a caveman. No, I don't.
Cobwebs and
yeah. And to be honest, another reason why I haven't uploaded all the in progress like work videos and things is it's going to take a lot of editing, because no one wants to see me like refining, drawing the same line 4 times, 5 times, 6 times.
Right.
Because even that, I mean, I'll labor over just one line, just the curve of a line, because it's got to be right.
They might want to see it, but just do it in high speed. You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. You know, because we've all seen that, like somebody drawing in fast motion, and how you just see the like something emerging from nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I did that the other day. I put a thing on Twitter. I've just been messing about, like warming up, drawing a T-Rex thing, like a dinosaur, and I recorded like an hour's worth of it the other day and compressed it into a minute and put it on Twitter. It's just like,
dude, start putting some of that stuff up on YouTube. I mean, it is important for us to build our channels. It's important for us to increase our YouTube presences. And it's something that I didn't take to naturally. Drew, definitely. I owe a deep debt of gratitude to, because he had me on his channel a number of times, and has had me on a number of times, and I've sort of like eased up, and it's gotten easier. So I think there are a lot of people in CG that are avoiding building their channels, avoiding appearing on camera, avoiding, letting people put a face to the name, and, an understandable fear, because it's like, well, it's the most common fear that people have is public speaking. And this is a type of public speaking, but, it's just, you learn from doing, it's exposure therapy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been on camera and stuff before. I've done all kinds of silly stuff. But
I've been on camera before. I just
it's just usually
for me,
time
sitting in one place, so nobody wants to look at my chair and watch me pop up and down 100 times.
No, that's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I sit at a desk all day, so it's hard for me to want to sit down.
Yeah, usually for me it's
I sit at this desk all day.
Oh yeah. I migrate between the desk and the lazy boy. drawing in the lazy boy. I mean, one of the reasons I don't do the camera much anymore is because it's always like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning when I'm streaming and stuff, and everyone's just gonna think I'm like some haggard, tired old.
Same here, dude. That's like it. By the time the Friday night show rolls around, I am worn out. Man, they get a ghost of me on Friday night, and so
we've got the advantage of a Mandy, though, So
yeah,
right.
So
no
luckily,
one wants to see
I
us.
don't have to look too pretty.
No one would be looking at us anyway. So
it's just like any entertainment thing. It's always good to have a front man.
Yeah,
or
that's
woman
right.
in this case.
That's right.
Yep.
She's our Axl Rose.
Right.
Cheers. Yeah.
maybe we should use a different example because Axl Rose. Oh my God.
Oh no. Yeah. Maybe not.
She could be your Steven Tyler, someone who looks good
There we
as
go.
they age. Yeah, there we go.
Lita Ford.
Lita Ford.
There we go.
I saw her not a show, but like she was at a hotel I was staying at not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had just gotten in. It was probably, I don't know, it was late. It was probably like 11 p.m. or midnight. And I know a tour bus when I see one. I know what roadies look like unloading gear. And I was like, hey, who's that? And somebody said Lita Ford, and I was like, no shit. And yeah, she didn't have any she looked like she'd been traveling. So I didn't know.
You didn't slide in and go, well, hello there.
Posting it to Twitter. Huh?
Didn't slide in and go, hello.
No, I did take a picture with her, but like I say, I don't know if she would. I don't know if she'd appreciate me throwing that up there and tagging her. She's like, it's 11 p.m., man.
You know who looks still just absolutely gorgeous is Cassandra Peterson, aka Elvira.
Oh, yeah.
Archon. Yowza. Still looks gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
and super sweet. Just like very just always like very very kind and very sweet to the fans.
She looks fantastic without all the makeup and stuff. Yeah,
I know. It's just like I was like, honey, what are you doing? You're either like bathing in like virgin's blood, or you've got like a painting up in your attic somewhere.
yeah.
That's funny. All right, so Wyatt, your turn. Your favorite thing about working on this project?
Oh man. Man, I probably have a few. I probably can't narrow it down to just one, but some of the things that I have really enjoyed is the fact that kind of what you guys were talking about. Peter and I can communicate at any time. In fact, he's easier to get a hold of than I am. So, we can communicate at any time. We're 99.9% of the time we're on the same wavelength about everything. Usually one of us was already thinking something when the other one suggests it, and
it's uncanny.
The chemistry has been crazy, man. It's like peanut butter and jelly. So really, I would just say the friendship and the chemistry, man, that we have, it just kind of fell into place. And kind of like Drew and Brian were saying, for our Donna, I hired that artist. That was really, that wasn't a collaboration, and you got to deal with them through email, and I have to make time for them. You guys know how it is. And
yep.
And then, like I said, with Peter, man, it's just boom, boom, and I feel like I can get twice as much done in half the time. And
it's
usually he's waiting on me. So
it's a huge blessing to have an art illustrator be in collaboration mode. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, if you're thinking just strictly money, yeah, you can make more long run, paying out of your pocket for an illustrator. But I mean, when you're talking about making an amazing piece of work, having full tilt, two brains at it, from the inception, that's just all around better. And then of course, the overhead is the overhead costs are, basically absorbed by you guys together that way. And, and then in the end game, everything, becomes, I guess, less expensive. So the more the book succeeds, the the better it is for you guys. Versus,
yeah, I mean, really,
versus a situation where you have to like, return on your investment. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, with Peter, with Peter doing the art and the colors and the lettering and the pretty, everything else. It's that's another thing. It doesn't have to go to 2 or 3 different people to have this or that done.
I mean, even down to stuff like doing promotional art and whatever. It's just like you haven't got to go and find an artist and say, "Can you do this? Can you do?" And then wait around. Well, I'll just do it, bang it out, get it done. Yeah. There you go. There's 10 promotional pieces of art. We need t-shirts. There's some t-shirts.
Well, yeah. This is why I always encourage creators, writers specifically, to embrace the collaborative process. And, don't be a dictator. Make sure that you pay attention to what your artist is telling you, because very often they have an eye for art. They can see things that you can't see, or that you're not going to notice until they point it out.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So it's, don't be a dick.
Yeah,
exactly.
Embrace
the whole the collaborative nature of the medium.
And then we've got the added bonus of we've got Mandy as well, and she can, then when if we both go off on a tangent, and she can be like,
reel it back in, reel it back in. Yeah.
So even down to like when I've joined the pages or whatever, I'll send them to her and like, go on, brutally honest, what's wrong with it? And just that leg's wrong, that's wrong. Boobs don't work like that. And
she'll correct you on your boob physics, huh?
Yes, yeah. Oh, she did.
She's an expert,
She's an expert on boob.
She got PhD.
Yeah.
So
PhD.
Yeah. And
kazing.
Boom.
And with us,
she said muskrat. Muskrat's a safe word.
Muskrat. Yeah. Okay. So and
meet the parents reference.
With Peter and I, we never ran into any like I got an idea I'm stuck on, but the other person hates, or like really creative differences. We've never really. It's just been so smooth as far as all that. It's just like, hey man, I was thinking this would be cool. The other one's like, hell yeah, that's it. How about what if we add this and this to it? And then it just gets better. Like, I don't know, man. We just add on to each other's ideas, and they just become better. And in the end,
so. I mean, I've worked with writers before that have been sort of, they've got an idea set in their head, and I'm like, no, it's a toad, don't do it. But they're like, no, we are doing this. It's like, but it's not like that with Wyatt. He gets it anyway. He knows. So we don't run into that problem at all.
And the thing is you're going to see the result of that. That's going to pay off in the finished product.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the quality is going to be outstanding, and I think Peter's going to blow everybody away. And
I think Peter already blows everybody away.
Yes.
People are regularly amazed with his work, on the regular already. Yeah.
But this is, now is this your? Well, you haven't done your own campaign before now, have you, Peter?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I know you did. I know the ones you've done, of course, but you haven't.
No.
Yeah. So that
No, I mean, like the stuff I did for Tug, that was like all me. So if the writing's awful, you can blame me. And I'm sure people will.
Right.
But but it wasn't all on my shoulders. You know what I mean? The whole thing, it was like that was
yeah. So now Peter's getting,
yeah.
Now Peter's getting that taste of it's your campaign, buddy. I mean, it's our campaign, but
Right.
So,
Well, you're building an audience, and people are getting a chance to know you, and they're getting a chance to know your work. And once they get this book in their hands, I'm sure they're going to be impressed. I'm sure we're all going to be impressed, and that's just going to get people more hyped for the next campaign to follow.
Yeah. That's one of the challenges. That's one of the bigger challenges about CG is being able to consistently, kick out product, I mean, of the same, genre, because, it's not, I mean, a lot of writers and a lot of artists don't want to do the same project over and over and over. They want to do a lot of different projects, it's understandable, because we all have a lot of different ideas. We all want to get those ideas into IPs,
Yep.
Especially if you're only a writer, and I don't mean only, but you know what I mean. If you're just like a pure writer, the ideas, it's like, it doesn't take, in the grand scheme, of course, it doesn't take me as long to write a script as it does Peter to draw it, for example.
Right.
Not even close. So, your mind moves to the next thing, or it tries to anyway.
Right.
And
oh,
so
I'm the same. I'm the same. Believe me.
Well, I'm in a way I'm jealous because I don't have a Peter Gilmore to take on a one of my ideas without having to I mean, it's like if I knew somebody like that, I would be like already working on another side project already. You know what I mean?
It's so many I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of illustrators available, but the problem is that they can't afford to put the time out, so it's you're
luckily it was kind of just like lightning in a bottle. Peter happened to be available, and he was wrapping up. Well, I think he was still working on some things for Tug, but it was in the final stage.
It was just like the added add-on stories and stuff like that. That was what I was doing then, I think.
And I had a gap before I was gonna move to my next thing later this year, and it worked out, and so here we are, and I think we're pretty happy with the way things have worked out. But it was just coincidence that everything fell into place. So.
And if you guys are having this much fun making this comic, that's going to come across on the page. That's going to come across in the finished product.
Oh, it is a ton. Yeah, tons of fun to draw. Anyway, yeah, love it.
Fantastic.
I get to draw a hot chick. I get to draw aliens, and
ray guns and spaceships.
Yeah,
robots.
exactly.
I love how the character has extreme simplicity, but still is not amateurish simple. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. She's not generic.
Yeah. And it's not poor illustration or just shortcut illustration. I mean, it's just
no. Yeah, I mean, I kind of appreciate that kind of stuff, like the simplistic kind of simple but not like say amateurish or
Oh,
I don't know how to describe it.
Minimalist.
Yeah. There you go, minimalist. Yeah,
right.
Once again, I'm thinking of Alex Toth or somebody like Bruce Timm, where they designed when you look at the character designs for Batman the Animated Series or the Justice League series, and you see how these characters were designed so that they could be drawn with a minimum number of lines, which made them easier to animate.
Well, that animation, that's something they do on purpose for animation, because the delivery time, I mean, if an animation was overly detailed, it would be, you'd lose money on the creation versus, I mean, you would lose. So that's the thing about this. I mean, this is drawn in a way that it could totally transition to a cartoon in a heartbeat.
It's very much influenced by that kind of stuff. The old Space Ace video.
Yeah, I was going to say we had a lot of discussions about Space Ace and Dragon's Lair.
Hanna-Barbera there again.
Don Bluth, definitely a Don Bluth influence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Once we talked to John Silvestri.
Really? No.
Oh yeah, John's great.
Yeah.
Love John.
Once he was on the show, we
That's
were
great.
just like, Peter and I were like a couple nerds, man. It was
Oh
great.
yeah, I was completely fanboying out. Yeah,
You were geeking out, huh?
Yeah, I mean, one of the earliest things that caught my imagination as a kid was his the Legend of Sleepy Hollow cartoon he worked on, and that.
Oh wow!
Because all the imagery in that always stuck with me. So getting to talk to him, it's like, yes.
I'd actually kind of forgotten about that, but yeah, I remember that being really, really wild.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's on YouTube as well. If you want to,
I love that cartoon.
Looking that up right. I'm looking that up right now.
That's not the Disney one, right? The Ichabod Crane one.
Yeah, the
Ichabod Crane one. Yeah,
Ichabod Crane one. Yeah.
He did that one. I didn't.
Yeah.
Like that's like I reference that on a regular basis in just regular life discussions.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. The character designs are really great, very eccentric. Especially Ichabod Crane is drawn particularly wonderful, and it's spooky.
Well, here's the thing that is like okay. One of my memories from my childhood, my favorite memories is going trick or treating, and coming home from trick or treating and flipping on the Disney Halloween special, and of course that was always a part of it.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, he worked on so much stuff. He-Man. It's all gone blank now. He-Man, the Star Wars holiday. But Star Wars holiday special. He's the Boba Fett man.
Of course. He also worked on Rock and Rule.
That's awesome.
I ordered that book of his. I got that coming whenever that's coming out.
Yeah. With the sketch of Boba Fett.
Very cool guy. I'm sure.
You should get him on, Drew.
Yeah, you should get him on.
Yeah, I think I should hit him up. I'm not familiar with him or his work enough to where I feel like I would have good questions.
You probably are.
You probably are.
I guarantee you.
There it is. Absolutely. Yeah, he's one of those guys where if you mention his name, you might not necessarily recognize it, but you'll recognize his work. Look him up on the Internet Movie Database, and you can be like, "Oh yeah, bang, 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 bang," and so much stuff, dude.
I mean, I know him from Dragon Slayer. I mean, that much I remember. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
What's a Brave Star he did as well? And
Brave Star.
It's all gone now. My brain's gone blank. But it's literally like reading your childhood.
Yeah. Very impressive resume. Yeah, interesting guy. But also, it's like if you have him on and you're not that familiar with him, you can let him just explain to you his story, his credits, and that way he's like sharing his story with you and also the audience at the same time.
Yeah, well, we'll hit him up and see what he says.
Okay.
So let's we got let's see, we're almost at the 2 hours here. So let's remind everybody everything that's going on. So Wyatt has Adriana it's Ardonna. Why do I call it Adriana?
Ardonna,
It's that whole D and A thing. It's just it's like one of those names. But yeah, Ardonna, book number 0 is in fulfillment stage, correct?
Yes. Yep.
So he's getting that out to you. So if you back that, it's coming out. And then when can we expect the follow up on that?
Later this year, probably late summer, maybe August, September.
And are you going to have Peter draw that for you, or are you going to have somebody else draw that, or
no, Peter will have his hands full. It'll probably be same artist, Dean Flores, the guy that I worked on 0 with.
Okay, sweet, very, very, very cool. And now, so we go over to and then obviously everybody check out Comics Avalon for gear and
merch.
And whatever. I mean, I'm sure at some point they'll have some. If it makes sense for them to sell it, they will. So just keep watching on that. And then over to Peter. Obviously, we want to hear about. We're going to hit Rocket Girl in a second, but we want to hear about the other stuff that you got going right this second.
Right. Well, Case of the Littlest Umbrella just started fulfilling, going out to people. I've got the first chapter of a book I'm working on with Gat Hanzo. That is going to be in CG Jumpstart magazine, which is launching next month.
And that's the surfing turtle.
End of.
Is that the surfing turtle one?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a story about creatures from other realms and science experiments and conspiracy theories all rolled into one. Mythology. Gat's the person to explain that one. Gat's a clever
We might
dude.
be talking about it right now. They're on CG Jumpstart. Probably he's probably talking about it right now. Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, so that's coming out, and then I've got stuff, all the stuff coming with Mandy as well. Well, I've got about 5 projects, I think, this year.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is.
Yeah, yeah. And hopefully we're getting around to if it does well, we're getting around to Rocket Girl 2 this year.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I've got, Rocket Gal launching in March, and then we'll probably offer our Donna Zero next after that, so that the people in my DMs, people in my DMs can get one. Even like the people from Graded 0.5 are like, "What the hell, man? You closed it before we could back it." And I was like, "Well, sorry." If that's if that's the worst campaign, if that's the worst mistake I have in my first campaign, I guess I'll take it. But so yeah, I'm gonna be busy. This year too.
All right. And then Rocket Gal launching on March 11th. And before that, you got to get in there and get on the mailing list. Did we cover everything that's going to be special that they get if they sign up early? I know
we've covered everything that we've talked about so far. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've actually got a meeting, I think, very soon about everything, so we can nail everything down and all.
Yeah. Some things are still up in the air. But people who sign up for the mailing list, will definitely have access to something special. It's not, you're not doing it for no reason. Yeah, we're definitely going to offer something cool. We just got to point the finger at which thing that's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that gonna be the middle finger? You gonna be pointing that middle finger out there?
Yeah.
No.
We have many things. We just need to choose which things.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right. Well, everybody get on this mailing list. The link is in the description and also is going to be in the chat here. It probably is in the chat like a dozen times, but I'm gonna throw it again in there.
Yeah.
And so make sure that you go in there right now and no matter if you're watching this at this live or you're watching this later, click the link and put your email in there. And then when you get the confirmation, click the yes, I'm confirming.
Yeah. Do it now. Don't forget the confirmation. You have to do the confirmation email.
It's
if
important.
If you snooze, you lose, people. And if you don't do this, you will hate yourself for the rest of your life.
You may miss something that you can't get another way. Especially if it's original art exclusive, possibly a discount. Who knows what they're going to do? They haven't been very clear on it. We've been trying to pull that.
And I mean, I know you have. I know. And that big piece that I'm working on with all the different Comicsgate characters, when that's finished, I'm going to I can digitally turn it to blue line. I'm going to print it out, and I'm going to traditionally ink one version of it.
Ooh,
nice.
Which there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, that is one thing that I guess we didn't talk about is that so to touch on that real quickly, the Peter is doing the art digitally, but there will be considerable original pieces on the campaign.
There will be
from sketch cards to full
the sketch cards.
size.
Many sketch cards.
So,
I've been doing those, yeah.
So yeah, there's gonna have a lot of cool perks. That's what our next meeting is about, is putting everything in the places they're gonna be, and finalizing all that. And So yeah, it's gonna be a really cool campaign, man.
Right. Then the last question then is what are your marketing avenues? Obviously, Comicsgate marketing through Twitter and YouTube, but are you doing more? Are you reaching out further? Are you contacting comic book resources or any of the other online rags?
Online rags.
Um,
We haven't really talked about it. Yeah, I mean, I think we're really just doing the YouTube and the Twitter mostly. But yeah, if anyone wants to talk to us about stuff, or we're like I say, we've got this meeting coming up where we're nailing down the whole campaign thing, and because we're still a couple of weeks out from launching, so.
Well,
yeah, we're finalizing some things and putting the rubber stamp on pretty much everything, I guess, and then we'll have our
attack
in
plan.
stone game plan.
Well, you can count on us for support, and I'm gonna race that #1 backing spot. freaking Peter got to Rockabilly Road Trip before me.
I certainly did. Back at #1.
Yeah, no, we should be able to get around YouTube and Twitter pretty well. I think that's where Comicsgate is, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure I know other things could help as well, but
a lot of the other social media just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to work as well.
Yeah, in my experience, like with my first campaign, Facebook wasn't worth a flip for me. There was no point in messing with, other than Twitter. I really didn't mess with it. Even Instagram, really, like, people like to look, but
yeah, Facebook is useless. Twitter is evil and toxic, but it is absolutely essential when it comes to marketing your book.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just want to squeeze in as well, because obviously Mandy's part of our team, that folks should also go and check out get on the mailing list for Pirate Queen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely. That looks
that's fantastic. Clint's like an awesome artist, and Mandy's writing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That looks like so much fun.
Yeah.
We keep joking about Pirate Queen running into Rocket Gal somewhere in space, where they crash on a planet that turns out to be where Ardana lives, and through magic, Wart the Wizard has found his way there too. And everybody's like, "We want that," and I'm like, "No, that'd be crazy."
No, too much.
Yeah, those kinds of mashups are really good, but I think that we should save that to like Comicsgate year 10. You know what I mean?
Right.
But because at that point, I can see a lot of us mixing into each other's books. Just what I mean. Because instead of it being like we're all underneath the same corporate umbrella where someone else is making all the shot calls, it's like this. Seriously, everybody keeps saying it's punk rock, but I see it as it's totally punk rock is a music phrase, because it's because that was the time where everybody, did it completely indie, completely from their own butt.
DIY, baby, DIY.
And that's where we're
very good tag team.
Yeah. I mean, there's no, it'll be interesting to see one day, eventually, how Captain Love would interact with a Rocket Gal.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to joke about it, but it probably will be about 10 years before because
that'll be 10 years time when I've got someone to draw for me.
There you go.
Hey man, we play the long game.
Yeah.
This is
absolutely
this thing that we're building, I think, is so incredibly special, and I think it's just the beginning.
Yeah, man. That's why, I mean, I kind of laugh when I see people out there act like none of us have any plans.
I know.
Like, okay, like, what you think we just came here with no plan?
I know.
Yeah.
And so
no, I definitely personally have a business model with everything that I do. I don't make any kind of like half-assed execution. Everything has a long game plan to it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're not just doing stuff on a whim. We know what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't magically wake up.
We just sound like idiots on the internet.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
we just look stupid.
I'm not an idiot, but I play one on TV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not an idiot, but my cats would disagree with me.
Aw. Pepper Potts.
yeah, my very first live stream was like 5 minutes after I woke up on a Saturday morning at like 8 o'clock. I was like making a tweet about my book, and Adam AF says, "Hey man, you want to come on and talk about your book?" And I looked at the clock.
I think I saw that.
Shit, I guess so, man.
I think I
I'm not gonna say no.
I think my first one was War Campaign at like 3 in the morning.
Oh wow.
That was an introduction to live streaming.
Wow.
Talk about diving in at the deep end.
No kidding.
Yeah, well, yeah, you might as well.
Hey, I follow the Ray Bradbury school of thought, which is jump off the cliff, build your wings on the way down.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of happened because I created a Twitter account to interact with CG. I had followed it through like YouTube and stuff, but I never messed with Twitter. And holy shit.
Yeah.
Was that a surprise?
Yeah, Twitter's a trash fire, man. It really is.
Now I just roll with it, and I know what to expect. But man, in the beginning, it was kind of a.
If it wasn't for the Discords, I would get myself in so much trouble on Twitter. I mean, I can everything that I would want to say on Twitter, I can totally vent on the Discord, and I freaking love that.
Oh, we got Optimus in the hizzy. What's up, Optimus?
We got Optimus Deadpool in the house. Optimus, hey, how's it going,
dude?
What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, Peter. Peter, Mandy, and I. We like to vent backstage ourselves. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of backstage, we are 2 hours in. Anything longer, no one's going to watch. So,
true.
So let's call this a live stream out, and then we'll hang on and we'll finish chatting in the back. Everybody, thank so much for coming out and checking out Rocket Gal and getting to know Peter and Wyatt a little bit. These are great guys. I consider them my friends. And I hope that you guys go and subscribe to them on their YouTube channels if they have them. I think they do. And then make sure you follow them on Twitter and get your email into this thing that I'm showing here on the screen. It is not hard.
Up.
Get your email in there. Get two emails in there. Get a backup. Get yourself in this thing. Get them get. You do not want to miss this book. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is one of those books. Yeah. On the level of cash grab where you do not want to miss. I'm not. You guys are laughing. I'm not. You know what I mean? Seriously, this book is going to be that good. So
absolutely. And you know what? Put your friends' emails in there, and even your enemies' emails in there.
Yeah.
And let's hope they confirm.
Yeah. Oh, and if you do want to catch us on YouTube, you'll find us on Mandy Summers' channel. Pretty much.
Yeah. That's pretty much where we hang out. I think Peter does some things on his channel, but I don't.
Yeah, I tried. I tried. No one watches my crap.
So yeah, we just kind of we hang out over there enough that I think people just if anyone is ever looking specifically for me, I think that's where they go. So
that's where they're going to find you the easiest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there or Twitter. I'm pretty accessible there. So.
Oh, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome, and you're.
Putting Mandy's channel in the thing. There you go.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's where I just made the Rocket Gal Twitter link go to was Mandy's channel. So I figured, that's where they're gonna probably see a lot of Rocket Gal stuff, especially coming up. So
yeah. We've got stuff coming.
Right.
Maybe some of the book may be drawn live. You never know.
Yep. Oh yeah. Some of it already has been. Some of the
but
some of the artwork,
yeah. Just keep your pants on. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
please.
Please. Apparently, that's an issue. Okay, so we're going to end. Everybody, thank you for coming, and we will see you at the next Indie Comics interviews.
Peace, love, and soul.